if everyone's better in society, we all do better.
The world that we're in is changing and we're confronted with some quite urgent situations, and architecture as a discipline and a practice is necessarily changing along with that. Some of the key challenges that we face as professionals and disciplinarians are of course the climate situation, and we strive to embed climate responsive design into our approach to all designerly projects that we do here at Plymouth, including material consciousness and a very human and culturally centric approach to that.
So I want to go around and actually see how different cultures react to building and designing. The architecture in England is so different to sort of the architecture in Africa or Southeast Asia, and there's such a range that you forget about. I think vernacular housing, so just houses, is such an important topic that people overlook because it's so simple and it's everywhere. But actually you have tradition and you have symbolism and religion and culture all within that one building, which I would like to sort of explore on and expand and work with.
The great thing about destinations, having studied architecture here at the University of Plymouth, is actually the world is open. The subject covers so many different avenues and territories, and the way we teach allows students to personalise what they're doing, to have their own interests, that they go out there in the world with real purpose and meaning to make a difference to the world in the future.
I had a look at this company called the Intern Group, and they took me out to Bangkok. And I worked in Bangkok for 4 weeks with an architecture firm remotely. Not only was that amazing for my degree, but also for my whole balancing out working with finding a social life. Obviously, I'm in a completely new city. I wanted to go around and try it out, but I had to learn to balance those things and still get the work done whilst also being able to go and explore. And also being in that whole new country, that whole new culture, you got to see a complete other side of architecture. As I said, it's so different out there. You have all the traditional housing, just seeing the way they're reacting to architecture and reacting to such a busy city. And then when I came back, I worked for an architecture firm in Dartington, and that firm was working on Royal William Yard, which is something I'm very familiar with. And then I got to see the sort of behind the scenes and properly experience being on site and seeing all the plans and all the technical drawings for these things that are going to happen and I'm going to see in my lifetime. That was really eye-opening and inspiring, and it actually reassured me that like I could do this sort of stuff and you're going to be able to see your buildings develop.
I mean, it would be amazing to run my own farm, but that's obviously a dream. But I'm such a creative person, I could take the skills I learned into architecture, into interior design. I also love photography, especially architecture photography is one of my passions. I think I just want to work at somewhere creative and encouraging and using the skills I've learned during this course wherever I can. And maybe I will work in a firm, maybe I won't, but I love it either way.
If we're leaving people behind, I don't think that's it's not for the greater good for anyone, and the rich will get richer, the poor will get poorer. So if we have integration in all our communities, it will just only be a richer environment for everyone. Sustainability of the materials that we use in the world, I think it's quite clear that we're on a trajectory that is not sustainable. Like we're consuming more than we put back in, and I just think that being able to have passive houses, have thoughtful architecture as well as thoughtful planning, and the way that we actually work would benefit. Well, it's not benefit, it's a necessity.